Assalamu alaikum, marhaban, ahlan wa sahlan. Kaifa halukum? How are you doing? Now today we are moving to solving these exercises that we had put forward to you in our last session. As we promised, today we're going to be solving these exercises together. So let's begin. Tamarin exercises. We said tamarin is the plural form of tamrin, and tamrin means exercise. So tamarin exercises. So we have plenty of exercises to solve together today. So the first one, Iqra waktub ma'adabti awakhiril kalimat. Iqra, you know the meaning. Waktub, you also know that. Ma'adabti awakhiril kalimat. Read and write, and make sure you record the ending of the words. What this means is that each of the words given has an ending, a letter ending the word. So that letter, you should make sure you recognize what vowel to be placed on the letter. That's the last letter. For example, we have masjid. So the dal there, which marks the end of the word, which vowel should be there? Is it fatha, kisra, or dhamma? So let's begin. The first word here, we'll do the first, which is to read. As for the writing, I hope you have done that. So let's read. Masjidun. Masjidun. Why masjidun? Because it has no article, alif and lam. So this is an indefinite word. So we have masjidun. An indefinite word, as we have said, should end with tanween, double dhamma, mashallah. So then the next word, al-masjidu, not al-masjidun, as we said in our last session. Al-masjidu, mashallah. Then we have al-ma'u, al-ma'u. Then we have ma'un, ma'un. And we have al-baytu, al-baytu. Then babun, babun. Then we have qalamun, qalamun. Mashallah, we also have al-qalamu, al-qalamu. Then al-kalbu, al-kalbu. Then kalbun, kalbun. Then qamisun, qamisun. Then waladun, waladun. Then al-hajaru, al-hajaru. Then al-waladu, al-waladu. Then we have himarun, himarun, because the article alif and lam is not prefixed to this word, so it will end with un sound, himarun. Then al-himaru. Now that the article alif and lam begins or prefixed to this word, it will end with just a single dhamma, al-himaru. Mashallah. Then we have the same al-hisanu, al-hisanu. And lastly, hisanun. So that is the first part of this exercise, which is to read. We have read it. So now in writing it, make sure you write by indicating the ending of each of these words. The indefinite word should end with a double dhamma, while the definite words should end with just a single dhamma. MashaAllah. So let's move on to the next exercise, which is the same as Iqra waktub, the same thing, only that you are not required to write the ending of the words. Just write, just read and write. When you are reading, the vowels will come out. But however, when you are writing, do not mind putting the vowels, because this will make you to know how to read Arabic words or Arabic sentences without the vowels. MashaAllah, we are progressing. So let's begin. We have al-maktabu maksurun, al-maktabu maksurun. Then al-mudarrisu jadidun, al-mudarrisu jadidun. Then al-qamisu wasikhun, al-qamisu wasikhun. Then al-labanu baridun, al-labanu baridun. Then al-masjidu maftuhun, al-masjidu maftuhun. Then al-hajaru kabirun. Al-hajaru kabirun. Then al-labanu baridun wal ma'u harrun. Al-labanu baridun wal ma'u harrun. Then al-imamu jalisun wal mudarrisu waqifun. Al-imamu jalisun wal mudarrisu waqifun. Then al-qamaru ba'idun. Al-qamaru ba'idun. Lastly, al-mindilu nadhifun. Al-mindilu nadhifun. MashaAllah. So it is over to you to write these phrases out on your book, and if you can, submit it on the comment section. MashaAllah. So let's move on to the third exercise, and the heading is imla il-firag or imla il-farag fi ma yali biwad'i al-kalimati al-munasiba min al-kalimati al-taliya. Meaning, imla means fill, to fill. Imla il-farag. Al-farag bimana space. Imla il-farag, fill in the space. Fi ma yali, following, meaning fill in the following space. Biwad'i il-kalima, biwad'i, by placing. Biwad'i al-kalima, word. Biwad'i il-kalimati al-munasiba. Munasiba bimana appropriate. Biwad'i il-kalimati al-munasiba, by placing the appropriate word. Minal kalimat. Kalimat, jam'u kalima. Kalimat is the plural form of kalima. Minal kalimat, from the words ataliya, following. Meaning, fill in the blank spaces created below by placing the appropriate words from the words provided. So some words have been provided for us to use in filling the blank spaces. So let's launch this exercise. So the first word is al-hajaru. Then dash. That is the space to be filled. Al-hajaru. Before you can fill this correctly, you should know the meaning of the words. So what we have is al-hajaru. What is al-hajaru? Al-hajaru simply means, mashallah, this is a definite word. Al-hajaru, the stone. The stone. Al-hajaru, the stone. So dash. What you are required to provide should be a sifa, an adjective, to describe this stone. You've been given a stone. So what do you want to say about this stone? Al-hajaru. Then from the words provided, we have jamilun, wasikhun, maftuhun, harrun, thaqilun, khafifun. So what can we say about al-hajaru? Can we say al-hajaru jamilun, the stone is beautiful? Can we say al-hajaru wasikhun, the stone is dirty? Can we say al-hajaru maftuhun, the stone is open? Can we say al-hajaru harrun, the stone is hot? Al-hajaru thaqilun, the stone is heavy. The stone is heavy. Al-hajaru thaqilun, the stone is heavy. Now number 2, al-babu. Al-babu, what can we say about that? Good, the door is open. This is the word open found among this word provided. Yes, maftuhun. Al-babu maftuhun. Al-babu maftuhun, the door is opened. MashaAllah. Now let's move on to the number 3. We have al-qamaru. What can we easily say about al-qamaru from these words? Let's use jamilun, beautiful, good. Al-qamaru jamilun, the moon is beautiful. Al-qamaru jamilun, the moon is beautiful. So we have al-waraku, the leaf, or we said al-waraku, the leaf or the paper. Al-waraku. What can we say about it? Can we say harrun, it is hot? No. Can we say maftuhun, open? No. Can we say thaqilun, heavy? No. Let's use the word that is corresponding to this. Let's use khafifun. Al-waraku khafifun, the leaf is light. You know, leaf is usually light, not heavy. Opposite of heavy, khafifun, light. Now let's go to al-mindilu. The handkerchief, wasikhun. The handkerchief, wasikhun. Al-mindilu wasikhun, the handkerchief is dirty. MashaAllah. Then lastly, al-labanu, the milk. We have just one word here that we have not used, and the word is harrun, which simply means hot. Al-labanu harrun, the milk is hot. Al-labanu harrun, the milk is hot. These exercises given are to help in enhancing your ability to speak out these phrases without much thinking about them. They will become second to nature to you. So when you revise them constantly and you do these exercises, to be very, very easy for you. May Allah make it easy for you. Amen. So let's move on to the fourth exercise, and the exercise is imla il farag, fill in the blank space. Excuse me. MashaAllah. The exercise is imla il farag, fill in the imla. Now from maybe our next session, we'll not be translating these titles to these exercises. We'll not be telling you what the instructions are, because you're already familiar with the instructions. Imla il farag always means fill in the blank space, fill in the space. Fi mayali, following, fill in the following space. Biwadi kalimatin munasiba, by placing an appropriate word. And we said when we gave out the exercise that kalimatun means what? Kalimatun and al-kalimatu. You should know the difference between these two words. Kalimatun and al-kalimatu. Even if you don't know the meaning of this word, you should know that one of these words should be an indefinite word, since it ends with a tanween, dumatan, kalimatun. And the other one, which is prefixed by al article, alif and lam article, is a definite word. So al kalimatu, the word, kalimatun, a word. So here we have the previous exercise. It was said that we should place the appropriate word, al kalimatul munasiba. Here it is saying al kalimatin munasiba. That is an appropriate word. So why was the definite word used in the previous one? Because the words are provided. That's why they said the appropriate word. But here the words are not there. So that's why it is said an appropriate word. So this word, it is not known to the writer. You should provide them. So let's learn this exercise. The first one we can see dash nazifun. What is nazifun? Nazifun simply means clean. So clean is an adjective. So this adjective must be qualifying or describing a noun. So what noun can the word nazifun be describing? So in the previous exercise, we're given the nouns and we were required to provide the adjectives. But here, the adjectives are provided and they are requiring the nouns. So what noun can we say? What can we say is clean? There are a lot of things we can simply say. Al-qamisu nazifun. The shirt is clean. Al-qamisu nazifun. The shirt is clean. You can bring another word. You can even say al-makanu. The place. Nazifun is clean. You can say al-faslu. The class. Nazifun is clean. So we have a lot of words I can bring. So do not use my own if you're not on the exercise. Make sure you look for your own words. Those words you know in English already, translate them into Arabic and use them. May Allah make it easy for me and you. So let's move on to the second one. We have maksurun. What is maksurun? Maksurun simply means broken. Maksurun, broken. And that is also an adjective qualifying, describing something. So what is broken? Maksurun. We can simply say al-kursiyu. That is the chair. Maksurun is broken. You can use your own word. Number 3, we have baridun. Baridun is the opposite of harun. Baridun means cold. Baridun, cold. So dash is cold. What is cold? You can simply say al-labanu baridun. Al-labanu baridun. The milk is cold. You can also say al-ma'u baridun. The water is cold. Let's move on to the fourth. We can see here qaribun. What is qaribun? Qaribun means qaribun, near. Qaribun, near. So we have qarib. What is qaribun? Near. So dash is qarib. What is near? We can simply say al-masjidu qaribun. The mosque is near. MashaAllah. Number 5, we have ba'idun. Ba'idun is the opposite of qaribun. So ba'idun, far. What is far? Good. We can simply say al-baytu ba'idun. The house is far. MashaAllah. Number 6, we have waqifun. Waqifun simply means standing. Who is standing? You can simply say al-imamu waqifun. The imam is standing. Any other person can stand. We can also say al-muallimu, the teacher, al-ustazu, the professor or the teacher also, al-ustazu, waqifun, the ustaz is standing. You can also say al-abu, the father, waqifun is standing. Any now you choose to use it, but do not use my own words. MashaAllah. So now we have number 7, dash 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 jalisun. Dash 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 jalisun. So what is jalisun? Jalisun simply means sitting. So who is sitting? You can simply say MashaAllah. Good. Asabiyu, the boy. Jalisun is sitting. Asabiyu jalisun, the boy, the young boy is sitting. Number 8, we have kabirun. Kabirun means big. What is big? Kabirun, big. You can simply say al-maktabu kabirun, the table is big. Al-maktabu kabirun, the table is big. You're not restricted. Use any words of your choice as long as the meaning will be right. So we have number 9, qadimun. Qadimun is the opposite of jadidun. Qadimun means old. When something is old. So qadimun, old. What is old? You can simply say al-kitabu qadimun, the book is old. Al-kitabu qadimun, the book is old. Lastly, we have number 10, jadidun. Jadidun means new. What is new? We can also say al-qalamu jadidun, the pen is new. Al-qalamu jadidun, the pen is new. So I said provide your own words so that you know if you really understand this. May Allah make it easy for us. Now let's move on to, we've done this in the last session, al-kalimatul jadida. These are the new vocabulary. These are the words to be added to your Arabic archive. So do make sure you revise them. We have all of them here. Know them because as we progress, you come across all these words. If you are already familiar with them, it will make it easy for you to progress with us. So give it a little time to ponder over them, memorize them, perhaps create flashcards that will remind you of these words. Create a flashcard back and front, write the meaning of the word and write on a side and flip it over and write the word itself. So sometimes you look at the words and not the meaning, then you tell yourself the meaning from the word. Sometimes you look at the English translation and you say the word from the English translation. Example, you write al-mindilu on this side, then here you write handkerchief. Sometimes you just look at al-mindilu and say, what's al-mindilu? Okay, it means handkerchief. Some other times you look at the handkerchief on the other side, written in English, and say, what is handkerchief? Okay, al-mindilu. With this, you will know the words. And you can also use mnemonics in memorizing this by attaching these words to other words. Maybe think of al-qamaru, moon, and you think of a picture you can attach the moon to. All this will help in retaining the words. So let's move ahead. Under here we have najmun. This is going to be a reiteration and also a revision of what we've learned in the past. So we have najmun. Najmun simply means a star. And an equivalent to this, or the other way around, it is an-najmu. An-najmu, which means the star. Najmun, a star. An-najmu, the star. We also have rajulun, a man. Ar-rajulu, the man. Indefinite and definite. We have dikun, a cock. A cock. Adiku, the cock. We also have talibun. Talibun, a student. A-talibu, the student. But something should be noticed here. You can see that each of the words, after being converted from an indefinite to a definite word, the alif and lam prefix has been added. The next letter carries a shadda, that is the stress sign, the sign of stressing a word. You can see the nun there of the najmu carries shadda. So we are saying an-najmu. We are no longer saying al-najmu. Al-najmu. We said an-najmu. Even the rajulu, we said al-rajulu, not al-rajulu. Al-rajulu. Even though the al is there, the lam is now being erased when pronounced. So we are saying al-rajulu. What is happening here? Because however, above we're saying al-qalamu. How come here we're no longer saying al? We're just saying al-rajulu, at-talibu, the lam sound has been removed. Why? This you will learn in the coming session. In our very next episode, we're going to be treating this topic. So let's move on down there. So we have number 1, an-najmu ba'idun. An-najmu ba'idun. We are going to see that all of these words all of these phrases provided here are all words in there with the definite article alif and lam, and each of them, the letter coming after them, are carrying shadda. So what this shadda signifies is what we'll be learning in the next episode. So here let's focus on pronunciation of these words and also in translation of these words and knowing what these phrases stand for. So make sure you follow us so that you could get to know why these words are carrying shadda this time. So let's go. An-najmu ba'idun. An-najmu, the star. Ba'idun, we're familiar with the word ba'idun, is far. The star is far. Is it not far? The star is very far. Millions of kilometers away. So let's see. Ar-rajulu waqifun. The man is standing. I'm standing. Ar-rajulu waqifun. The man is standing. Then we have as-sukaru hulun. The sugar is sweet. MashaAllah. At-talibu maridun. At-talibu maridun. The student is sick. At-talibu maridun. The student is sick. And we have ad-diku jamilun. Can dikun become jamil? That is over to you. Ad-diku jamilun. The cock is pretty. Wow. A pretty cock. A beautiful cock. Okay. Ad-diku jamilun. The cock is pretty. The cock is beautiful. MashaAllah. A beautiful cock. Ad-daftaru jadidun. Ad-daftaru jadidun. Ad-daftaru simply means a notebook. Ad-daftaru, a notebook. One sometimes ad-daftaru is used for notebook and al-kitabu is used for a textbook. Ad-daftaru, a notebook. Ad-daftaru jadidun. The notebook is new. Then we have at-tajiru ganiyun. At-tajiru, a merchant, a trader. Ganiyun is rich. At-tajiru ganiyun. The trader is rich. And we have ad-dukanu. Can we hear? Ad-dukanu. All of the words after the alif and lam are now having shadda on top of the first letter. That's why we have ad-du. Ad-dukanu maftuhun. The shop is open. The shop is open. Then we have al-waladu faqirun. Except for this that is not carrying shadda. Why? We also know in the next section. Why is the al-waladu not al-waladu? No, we are saying al-waladu. It maintains al-waladu. Shadda is not added to the wa. Why? This is what we'll learn in the next episode. Al-waladu faqirun. The boy is poor. Oh Allah, save us from poverty. Amin. 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 Al-waladu faqirun. The boy is poor. And number 10, at-tufahu ladhidun. At-tufahu ladhidun. The fruits, the apple is delicious. At-tufahu ladhidun. The apple is delicious. And we have lastly at-tabibu. At-to, not al-to, not al-to. Even though the lam is there, here we're saying at-to. At-tabibu tawilun. Wal-maridu qasirun. At-tabibu, the doctor, tawilun is tall. And wal-maridu, now alma, not amma. Why? We know that. Wal-maridu qasirun. And the sick or the patient is short. While the doctor is a tall person, the patient is a short person. At-tabibu tawilun. The doctor is tall. Wal-maridu, and the patient qasirun is short. That is the end of this tamarin. Now let's move on to tamarin, another exercises. So this group of exercises will be the end of the exercises on this topic. So we have ikra waktub ma'adopti awakhiril kalimat. You should understand this by now. Ikra waktub, read and write. Ma'adopti awakhiril kalimat, by recording the ending words, as in the ending of each of the words. We said it earlier. So we have al-babu, then at-tajiru, then an-najmu, then al-qamaru, then ad-diku, then al-ma'u, then as-sariru, al-baytu, al-masjidu, al-rajulu, as-sukkaru, then al-waraku. What you are required to do in this exercise is to write them out after reading them and indicate what vowel should be on each of the words. MashaAllah. Let's move on to the next exercise, number 2. And what is there is imla il farog. You know this. Fi ma yali biwad'i kalimatin munasiba. For the sake of those who are joining us at this point, imla il farog, fill in the gap. Fi ma yali, the following, fill in the following gaps. Biwad'i kalimatin munasiba, by placing an appropriate word. So you look for the word by yourself. Number 1, we have ganiyun. Ganiyun simply means rich. And that the word rich is an adjective describing a noun. So who is rich? Let's use, yes, let's say al-mudarrisu ganiyun, the teacher is rich, because teachers should be rich. So the teacher is rich. May Allah grant our teachers and our students his wealth. Amen. So we have al-mudarrisu ganiyun, the teacher is rich. Number 2, we have hulu'un. Hulu'un simply means sweet. What is sweet? Let's use the word sugar. Or let's use milk. Al-labanu hulu'un, the milk is sweet. Can we say so? Let's use sugar. As-sukkaru hulu'un. MashaAllah. So you can use any other words that you can describe as being sweet. You can use it. So we have number 3, maridun, sick. Who is sick? Let's say at-tabibu, this time the doctor is one that is sick. Doctor is sick. At-tabibu maridun. So you need another tabib to treat him. So at-tabibu will need a tabib to treat him. So let's use at-tabibu maridun. The doctor is sick. And we have ladhidun. This what? Ladhidun. Ladhidun. Ladhidun means delicious. What is delicious? Let's say at-ta'amu, the food. Ladhidun is delicious. Number 5, we have tawilun. Tawilun, tall. Who is tall? We can say, MashaAllah, ar-rajulu, the man. Tawilun is tall. Number 6, and that is the last number, we have qasirun, short. Who is short? Let's say al-waladu, the boy. Qasirun is short. Now let's move on to the last exercise, and that is exercise number 3, where we have ikhtar. Ikhtar. Ikhtar means choose. That is from this word we got the word mukhtar. 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 If your name is Mukhtar, it simply means the choosing one. The choosing one. We will learn this. How come ikhtar? Ikhtar changes to mukhtar. So we'll learn that. Ikhtar, choose. Kalimatan, a word. Min al-qa'ima ba, from the B column. Are we getting it? From the B column. That's the column on which ba is written here. Ikhtar kalimatan min al-qa'ima ba. Choose a word from the second column, which is column ba. Tunasibul kalima, that goes in line, that is appropriate to be used together with allati fil qa'ima alif, with the word in the first column, that is the column alif. What you're required to do here is to choose a word from the second column that will go in line, that will correspond with the word in the column alif. So how do we do this? Let's look at the column ba. Or start beginning with the column alif. We have the first word at-talibu. Let's look at the column ba. Which word is appropriate to be used with the word in column alif? We can see that the column alif, all the words there begin with at-talib, at-talibu, ad-dukanu, at-tufahu, al-ma'u, al-hajaru, al-qalamu. These words are definite words. Looking at the column ba, we see ladhidun, maksurun, thaqilun, maftuhun, maridun, harun. All these words are adjectives. So meaning we should choose a word that will best describe the words on the column alif. So the word at-talibu, which word will describe this? Let's look at these words. Ladhidun, maksurun, thaqilun, maftuhun, maridun, harrun. At-talibu harrun. The student is hot. How we say student is hot? Did you cook him? You not cook a student, how can he be hot? So let's say at-talibu maridun. The student is sick. And the second word, ad-dukanu, the shop. What happened to the shop? Okay, let's say the shop is ladhidun. Abi? Ad-dukanu ladhidun. The shop is delicious. You chop, you not eat a shop. Can you eat a shop? No, you not eat a shop. So let's use ad-dukanu maftuhun. The shop is, mashallah, opened. And we have at-tufahu. Yes, now we can say the apple is ladhidun. At-tufahu ladhidun. You can see the way we are crossing it. At-talibu, we cross it. Then all of these. Then we have al-ma'u, the water. What happened to the water? Al-ma'u harrun. Now we can use harrun. The water is hot. And lastly, okay, before that, al-hajaru, the stone. Thaqilun is heavy. And al-qalamu, the pen, maksurun, is broken. MashaAllah. Now, lastly, on this page, we have al-kalimatul jadida, new vocabulary again to be learned. The first, hulu'un. What is hulu'un? Sweet. Maridun, sick. Ad-dukanu, shop. Ghaniyun, rich. Tawilun, tall. Fakirun, poor. Qasirun, short. At-tufahu, apple. MashaAllah. We have said it earlier. This way, in order to know them, create flashcards, rewrite them out, and memorize them, repeat them often and often. Use them with the phrases provided above. We have a lot of examples to use. Make sure you practice, practice, and practice, and do not forget to click on the follow button and turn on your notification in order to get frequent updates from us. Till we meet again, what we will be discussing in the coming episode, al-lam al-qamariyya wal-lam al-shamsiyya. Till then, assalamu alaikum.